What's up, people? This is Jason from NY Varsity Sports. Like, subscribe, all that mess. Okay, I'm gonna skip all that because I'm trying to show some people who have sent me emails and sent me messages on asking me how I do my scoreboard. So I'm gonna walk you through a couple of ways you can do it. Okay. First and foremost, I'm not going to BS you and talk about how easy it is. Oh, it's easy. It's easy. I'm not going to do that. But I'm certainly going to say it's not terribly difficult either, okay? So this is probably the last time you're going to see my face. All the rest of I'm going to be operating out of my iPad. Let's do the first way, all right? This is the best way I know how to show you guys, all right? All right, this is way number one. All right, this is my phone. Now, if you're at a site, and if you're just trying to stay mobile, and if you're just using the one camera shot, it's this. I'm going to turn on my phone for a second, and I'm going to go to something called Scorecam. Sorry. Where's my phone? Where's my camera, first of all? All right. I'm going to something called Scorecam. All right. Scorecam is basically a camera that already has a scoreboard. It's free to download on iOS. I don't know about the Android, but it's free to download on the iOS, and you can actually click the numbers with your finger. You could swipe down, in case you made a mistake. You can go into the settings. You can go into the settings and you can change your scoreboard settings to the type of scoreboard. There's a longboard. I like longboard 2. Oops, sorry, it's blurring. I like longboard 2. You can reset scores. You can put your team names, and I'm not going to fill you in on any of that stuff because that's something you can do on your own once you got it. But I will tell you this: Scoreboard, Scorecam is something that loves volleyball. I mean, they have a basketball score. They have innings for baseball. They have a shot clock for basketball. They have soccer, the soccer format score, but they have probably like 4 or 5 different boards for volleyball. So whoever did this must love our sport. So whoever you are, thank you. God bless you. All right. And I'm going to walk you through as much of this as I can. All right. So now you can use this on your iPad. You can use this on your iPhone, and you can strap it to a tripod, and you can do a lot of on-site tournament games and do it that way. Now, sometimes when you're tapping the score, it might shake the screen a little bit. So the best way to do this is by remote control, and I'm going to show you. All right. Now, I'm going to click on something on this I call Scoreboard Remote. I'm going to go on my Scorecam. I have Scorecam for this, but this one, you look on the one on the right, that says Scoreboard Remote. And Scoreboard Remote basically has what you have here, for Scorecam, right? So basically you push this, they're looking for a Bluetooth. You go back to Scoreboard Remote, Bluetooth, and it's going to ask which whatever, and then you're synced. Boom. Now I'm synced. Now let's go back to the camera, and you're going to see the top of it and the record function, all that stuff disappears. So the only thing you have is the screen on the scoreboard. So you don't have to worry about like the timer and the ticker and all that stuff. So it's a clean shot, in case you hook this up to a video switcher. Like if you hook this camera up to a video switcher, you don't have to worry about all the other stuff appearing on it. I mean, because some reason iOS to PC to iOS, sometimes there's some nonsense happening there. All right, so if you're on site, that's the best way to do it. That is the absolute best way to do it if you're on site. You can use a remote control from your iPhone or iPad using Scoreboard Remote. That's free download. Or you can use Scorecam. All right, now when you use Scorecam, the only board that's available is this one. It's the other boards aren't available. Longboard isn't that or whatever. So if you're looking for different multiple scoreboards, it costs you $9.99 a year. But I am telling you, you guys have spent more on a Friday night with booze, okay, drinking booze and eating expensive chicken sandwiches for $19. So $9.99 for an entire year. let me tell you something. You get bang for your buck, and as far as peace of mind, can't pay for that. Guaranteed. All right, so now when you're doing your scoreboard, you can change the names. I did Samuels and Dace. I did I believe a semifinals, but you can change the name to, let's call it the Jasons. Yeah, the Jasons. All right, cool. Now I'm going against the Jeff Samuels. Volleyball joke for anyone watching. And Captain Bill semifinal, you can actually press that and you can change the name. I don't know. Let's call it AVP Pro versus Joe. Because listen, I've been playing volleyball all my life, and I played professionally overseas. But for beach volleyball, I am a Joe. I can beat everyone that plays AA, but I'm not beating nobody who's playing open. I am what you call a 50-year-old tweener. So when you do that, guess what? It appears on your phone. Like that. Boom. So from there, you can control the score. Right now, you see the score changes. That's just me tapping my finger on the screen. All right? That's just me tapping my finger on the screen. I want to change the score. Boom. Do that. If you want to reset all scores, you do this. Reset game scores is the first one. I usually just use the first and last. I reset everything, which is that. And boom. If someone's up 1-0, you press this button over here. That's Jeff beating me 21-4 or whatever. You know, probably 4 missed errors. I didn't earn shit, right? So, let's see. Let's do 1-0. So when you do 1-0 and you go on your score cam, it says Jeff Samuels leads 1-0. That's why this scoreboard. This is called Longboard 2 on the scoring, whatever. And I'm telling you, the $9.99, just making your amateur shot look more professional, is golden. So for the people who are on site and looking for better ways, and have a score cam, you can do that. You can record only up to 1080p. Actually, no, the new one, they updated it. You can record up to 4K. So as far as recording things are concerned, you can do a whole bunch of stuff. As far as live streaming, that's the question. It's like, dude, how can I do a scoreboard and live stream? Now, again, this is just for a single camera set. If you do not have a video switcher, there is an option when you scroll, and I can't find it, but it's there. Just search for it. Just scroll for it till you see live stream options. And the live stream options are going to be oops, saw my face again. The live stream options are going to be Facebook and YouTube. Now, Facebook is easier to stream as far as bandwidth, because for some reason Facebook, like Skype, is still considered a conference and not like a live stream. So if you don't have a strong bandwidth, you can still get a really, really good signal, and it might just revert to 720p, which is excellent for sports. There's 1080p, which is great for everything. There's 720p, which is great for sports. You really don't know the difference. Everybody's like, oh wow, there's a big difference. No, there's not. No, there's not. There's not a big difference, and not in sports. Sorry. So the advantage for Facebook is that you get a better stream quality if you don't have a strong bandwidth. YouTube is better because they say it requires something called a stream key. Now, a stream key, you just go on your YouTube settings. I'm not going through all of that for you. You're going to have to figure that one out. The stream key is always the same for YouTube. For Facebook, the stream key always changes. Now, when you upload ScoreCam, they probably updated ScoreCam where they find the stream key for you, because it was absolute hell. I had to do it through a desktop and then somehow copy and paste and email it to myself just so I could have it back on the iOS device or whatever iOS device I was using to record. So bottom line, yes, you're able to live stream, and it's actually pretty good. It's actually, again, 720p is the way to go as far as bandwidths, especially if it's sports. If you're in a church, it's probably the same thing. It's already well lit, so it's not something you need huge concentration, and it's not terribly, terribly bad. Again, you can record all the way up to 4K, so you can find out whatever bandwidth, whatever bit rate that you want to record. kilobytes or what have you. I'm not, that's a whole different language that I'm still learning as we speak. So that's the first part. Okay, now the way I've been doing the scoreboard, because a lot of people have been wondering how I've been doing it, because I did the AVP qualifier. Special thanks to my homegirl, Renee. She was at recording live, but she was actually able to help me drag the file. So this is the way I do it. I'm going to show you on the camera. All right, this is the Atomos Ninja Flame. All right, that's the Atomos Ninja Flame. Oops, sorry, camera. This is the Atomos Ninja Flame. This is a recording device I use because I'm not using OBS software, all right? By the way, anyone watching us on Facebook, please send me any helpful links that help me understand OBS a little bit better. Just from the beginner to the intermediate level. I'm not, whatever. I chose to use the hardware instead of the software. All right. This is Facebook Live, right? I got another camera for, I believe, Zoom. That's my Zoom right there. So the way I've been doing Scoreboard, let's skip all this mess. The way I've been doing Scoreboard is I have this. Oops, sorry. I drag this file here onto ScoreCam, right? And then it looks like this. So I drag this, right? Sorry, to this. Actually, let's go back to me. I drag this to this, right? And then I do it that way. Or actually I'll do one better. Actually, I got a better idea. Watch this. Let's do a YouTube video. Right? Why not? Let's do a YouTube video. Let's go on YouTube. Let's put a game up. Let's find a volleyball game. Clearly, I like mixed martial arts. Let's go here. Let's do Grass Nationals. Let's have a little fun with that. All right, so I'm going to pause this. Now, the way I've been doing it, I have this thing called the Roland. It's a video switcher. I highly recommend everybody gets a switcher, but get the new one because I think the new one has a built-in recording device, so you don't have to worry about hardware. And it's a 4-camera switch. As you can see, it's on camera 4. Camera 4 is this iPad that I'm using as my camera right now, waving around. And this is how you do it. You take this phone, you hook it up to one of the cameras, like this. You have this HDMI to light. They call it lighting cable for the iOS devices. This plug right here. This is over here. See that over there. It also has another little hole in case you need to charge your phone and plug it in at the same time. It's a very cheap device, and you absolutely should get those. And if you're doing stuff like I am, get 2. So now this is plugged into one of the cameras. All the buttons are lit up. It recognizes camera 3. So this is camera 3. This is camera 4. This is camera 3. Camera 4, camera 3. All right, so now I have something called a wipe down function that goes left and right. See that? Check that out, left and right. Now, there is another function that I have on my memory, and you can't see it from here. That's too bad. That has wipe down. All right, so now I do that. And on the video switcher now, it's wiping up and down. So what you do is you click on 4, camera 4, which I have. Let's go back to that YouTube video. All right. then you have a wipe and up down function that I want to use for 3.
Drove a black Oldsmobile here today.
There's that. So
you
let's
can move your
reverse.
car a little bit so the noodle lady can get out. You can head over there.
So now, because I'm wiping up and down, you got that.
Just trying to get home, get some rest. If you could just move your car a little bit, that'd be fantastic.
And that's how you do it. And if you have an editing software program, Adobe Premiere, I have a PC, so I use the Edit Pro 2020. It's really a bum ass thing, but it serves its purpose. You could put like your emblems, or whatever, like your icons on the lower left or right. So, and again, you can use the Scoreboard Remote, and you can put in the names, which I usually do, but I'm not going to do because if I do it on this iPad, I have to get out of the game. Right? I got to get out of the game, and then we're back where we started from. So what I do is I usually use my desktop, and I take the file. See if you see the file, the window. I drag the window over to this, like I go on YouTube on the internet, and I drag the file to this, and then I'm in business. In fact, let's see if I could do Facebook. It's Facebook Live. Give you an example. You can drag this file. You could drag this file to here. Drag it back and forth, but not now. I'm not going to do that right now. All right, so that's how I've been doing it. All right, there is also a green key function that allows you to, actually I'll go back to memory, and there's a green key function that allows you to, I guess, black out. I got picture functions. I have blackout functions, blackout key 1. Let's try that. All right, that's memory 1. And let's try blackout key function. Let's go back to the volleyball game. All right, I mean, it's always fun watching grass threes, especially my boy play, Eric O'Reilly.
Andy, when you're back on the ground, you got your hand
So
on
now
your time.
I need to do this.
6 serving 3.
This.
Black over 50.
So basically, this is supposed to, it blacks out, it takes everything out of the black, and then you mix.
4, 6. Great vision by the up ref.
It's a pretty good shot, right? It's a pretty cute shot. It takes out all the black in the background. But there's a whole other way that I would have to unplug to make that happen. So that's all I got, guys. Anybody want to know more about the video switcher? Turning this off. Sorry, let's go back to camera. This is a 4-camera switcher, which I use for my podcast. Before COVID, everybody was in studio, so I have someone tech the show. So usually a camera 1, see the camera behind the flame. There's a camera that's behind my head that faces my guest. My person that techs my show usually sits here. There's another guest. There's a 4th chair we put on the very end, right here. That's where I watch all my AVP games. And how I record them is I use Facebook Live, which is very, very low resolution, or I use this thing. And if you're interested in hardware, right, and not using software, this is the way to go. It is expensive, and I bought the cheapest version of it, but if you got a little money to spend, research on Atomos Ninja Flames or Atomos Ninja Assassin, ATOMOS. So those are the recording devices that allow you to up convert to 4K. It allows you to change the picture quality to if you want to change the backdrop, if you want to do like, if you're photographers, you understand about resolution and changing the hue and the color and all that stuff, all of the stuff beyond my level of maintenance. I use it strictly for my podcast, but because of COVID this summer, I've been using it to help live stream games and put a scoreboard, And as a trade-off, you guys have to hear my mouth. So, but for everybody asking, those are the two ways. And if everyone's interested or anyone has new ideas, please post on YouTube. Please post on my Facebook page, NY Varsity Sports. This is going to be up on my page later. I'm taking down the live version now, but any ideas, I'm very interested, okay? But my number one rule is, number one, don't tell me how easy your idea is. I don't want to hear that, because if it was easy, I'd know it and I would do it. Two, please show me the how. Don't talk about it's easy, look it up, all right? Because I think there's got to be some kind of trade-off here. I provided you guys with more than enough information, especially on the two major points. So it's basically a wipe down function. This thing over here is wipe up and down. And that's how I've been doing the scoreboard. Or you can eliminate all the black in the back or all the green in the back, and you can blend your scoreboard in, which is awesome. All right. That's all I got. My goodness, I was only supposed to take a few minutes to do this. I'm so sorry, people. Oh, man, I'm so sorry. Let's turn that off. And that's all I got, people. Anybody want to know more? Anyone got any questions? Just, you could message me on Facebook. You can message me on my YouTube page. You could just, my boys y'all could just call me and ask me. Anyone that has new ideas, I'm all about that idea sharing. So let's make that happen too. All right, I'm out.